Hello. This is a video game, as many things are. I wonder if anyone will even have interest in watching this, because it's not going to be super exciting, I don't think. It's just going to be relaxing, maybe? I suppose we will find out. Learning by doing and all that. Um, I think I only mentioned this on Twitter, so people will show up eventually. Maybe. This game is also fairly quiet when it's not doing background music, so audio balance, once again, will be a thing. And when it is doing background music, it's Jeremy Soule, I think is the composer's name. If you've heard it, if you've heard that guy's music anywhere, you've heard it everywhere. Eh? Mhm. Oh dear, my inventory is pretty full. I mean, of course it is. Still probably not the best idea to stream during SGDQ, but I'm doing it anyway, so whatever. I do what I want, I guess. Same music in this area. Get ready for this weird imp to make a lot of noises in your ear. And by that I mean like this literal imp and not myself. Haha. 'Tis self-deprecating. Alright. So that happened. I was trying to stay out of their range, but I think the imp just likes to kill everything. And by that I mean die. Great. I guess the imp's doing an alright idea, or alright job at staying alive, but... I didn't mean to fight those things without being prepared. Thanks for, taking all of the experience points, imp, I guess. Yeah, the imp like soloed those things. After they killed me, of course. I don't really have a lot to say while playing this. At least not right now. I think I need people to talk to while streaming this. Let's see if I can manage to fight anything. Thank goodness for walls, I guess, is where I was going with that. In pre-searing, you can't really get that too much in the way of, like, allied characters to help you fight stuff, so it can be difficult to survive a little bit. But I think there's a lot to explore in this particular area. I'm supposed to be escorting this NPC back to a place, but instead I'm just using him as a party member. Whoa, that was a dramatic graphical shift. I should probably buff before I shoot things. Let's see. That's a Jaw Smokeskin? That's a name. No, don't patrol towards all the other guys. Come back. I need to isolate you from your comrades so that I can shoot you better. Oh well. I can go over this way. There's a flower. I need a bunch of it. What? Thank you for the follow. I suppose I'll just sort of explore around and see what there is to be found and hopefully fight things, I suppose. Oh, that is a lot of things. 2 bosses and like that's like 20 guys right there. I mean, I know some of them patrol in and out. And you're not supposed to fight them all as one big group. But that's a lot of guys. Many mans are over there. Well, okay, so a small group goes that way. A small group goes this way. Can I pick out this group? Should probably shoot that one first. Please fight the imp. I said please fight the imp. The imp is over here. Look at the imp. Look at the imp. Good enough. You can also kill my pet. I don't care too much. It's actually beneficial in a way if my pet dies, because that way they can get experience without having their damage to damage taken ratio affected, which means something in this game. Hello, Isa. Okay, so then one group should patrol over this way, I believe. Well, they might not get far away enough from the... Wait, or is that a separate group? Um, that's a separate group I saw over there. Tell me about your character. This character, I can tell you about them mechanically speaking. This character is a ranger main class and a necromancer subclass. Her name is Fresna Grovenberg. She is in a special zone of the game called Pre-Searing. In the original campaign, there's a wide tutorial area that takes place before a major event called the Searing. And once you leave it, you cannot come back to it. Normally, you wouldn't stay here for super long, but there are special acknowledgements for if you reach maximum level within this zone. So I figured I would try giving it a shot, unless I got bored. So I had to grind to level 10, mostly. Or actually, I ground mostly to level 9, at which point I actually did all of the quests that are scattered about, in order to save that experience for when it was most useful. And now that I'm level 10, I have access to a special series of quests and stuff that they added later on to make it easier for characters to get to level 20 in this setting. 20 is the maximum, by the way. And I'm not actually doing one of those quests right now, but I am in a relatively scary, explorable area and just seeing what there is to find. This game is somewhat old, but I think it looks pretty dang nice for its age. As far as getting experience in this game goes, you can only get experience from things that are less than 6 levels below you. So this level 5 thing gives me the minimum amount of experience that I can get. That's not the threatening part of this area. The threatening part of this area is the large groups of level 8 to 10 monsters. And if I actually do one of those special quests that I can do, the monsters are also around that level at the moment, but they scale up a little bit. Uh, I'm not very threatening. I mean, I guess I am killing things, so maybe I'm threatening to them. Yeah, I'm a nerd. What are you gonna do about it? Hello. Let's see. Guess the only way to go is to try and get through all of those char, wherever they may be. I've already lost track of where I was going. Also, this Ben Wolfson fellow is the character I'm supposed to be escorting back to the gate, but I'm just using them as an additional meat shield and damage source. So maybe in a way I am the threatening part of this area? I don't know. It's threatening to make people not you're at, I don't know where I'm going with that sentence. Are these people far enough apart from the main body? I think so. It would be nice if I could use a build more focused on a different ranger ability called Wilderness Survival, because that improves the power of one of my healing things, as well as giving me access or improving the use of an ability that sets my my arrows on fire. But since this bonus bow thing that I have from a bonus set of items is powered by marksmanship, I'm focusing on that. I don't have enough to get all of the bonuses from it. Okay, there's actually like 4 bosses right here. Yep, I am playing a ranger. I can go... Oh, that group is splitting off. I can probably pick out these couple. Actually, since I'm a ranger, I can probably shoot at them from up here. I don't know what that will do. Um, let's see. At least a few of these are also ranged, but they have a disadvantage in elevation. I don't know if they try to path all the way around up to me, will they bring along everybody in their little group? I sure hope not. What happens? I mean, okay, first of all, pet, don't try and go to them, because you'll just get all the aggro. It looks like they are confused. There is a healer, though. Mind Spark Garb? That's a salvage item. Don't mind me, just sniping you from here. Wow. Alright, so these particular char do not know how to deal with the pathing here. That's good to know. But they are smart enough to run out of range, if that can be called smart. They're at least somewhat confused. This one has no idea what to do. Oh. Hello. I should probably use Read the Wind so that I can hit this thing easier. Alright. Alright. Oh. You have a bow. Come back. Where are you going? That's not how you use a bow. You're supposed to, like, run into range to shoot. Okay. Bye. Now just forget that you're fighting me and don't go behind the door. That's even worse. Alright, there you go. Whoops. No, 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 no. I hit point blank shot, and I don't want to do that. Eventually, this will work. Hello. This feels like cheating, though. I'll take what I can get. Oh no, not obstruction. I think typically speaking, they would expect this area to involve more than why are you okay? I guess you have the ability to run out of range and then start regenerating all of your health because you're not in a fight, which is fair because the player can also do that. Uh, I think Guild Wars 2 elaborates on Char's reasons for what they did, if I remember right, and it makes them not so different or not so evil or something like that. I mean, heck, I'm pretty sure. Stop that. Get over here. I'm pretty sure that like later campaigns in this game make a point of the Char are not actually all bad. Besides, they haven't even done the thing yet. The thing being the searing, which we are before. Um, yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember either. I mean, in Guild Wars 2, you can play as a Char, so they're obviously not all bad. But they also sound like they're grinding metal in their mouth whenever they speak in that game. I don't need the quest log open. So I can't actually go this way without getting rid of this pile of terror. I guess maybe I can try sniping at some of these. What do I have to lose other than my HP? Oh yeah, I should do that. Now let them come to me. Or get confused. Also fine. Oh dear, we've got the attention of a boss. That's a no good. Oh, well, not for very long. This Ben Wolfson character is like level 5? Oh, I was confused. Okay, you were calling them jerks, not jeeps. That makes a lot more sense, relatively speaking. Blaze, Bloodbane! Big McLarge huge. Um, what kind of char are you? I don't actually know, but I can shoot you from here. I know that much. Jeeps can be oh, you're the healing boss. Alrighty. That answers that question. So, okay, why isn't my imp shooting this thing? There you go. Imp, go. Imp! I need your damage. There. And my pet is surprisingly good at not dying, despite my lack of points in Beast Mastery. Alright. I mean, Nope, my pet is dead. But as I said, actually, that's fine, because that means they can get experience still. Although, I wonder if their damage ratio has been skewed by this point. Gas to Ashpire. You sound like an elementalist or something. Although you are glowing purple, so perhaps not? Like, purple is the mesmer color. Jaw Smokeskin. What kind of name is that? Let's see. Can I hit you from here? Absolutely. Oh, you're a mesmer. Which means that you can fight back. Somewhat. And what are you? You might be an elementalist, because that looks like a staff of some kind. So... Yep, you're an elementalist. I think later in the game, there's usually like a class abbreviation next to their name to let you know what they are. But I don't think that existed in Prophecies, the first campaign, so perhaps not. Alright. Well, they're not dropping a lot of terribly useful things. I've heard that the drops from these creatures are sometimes quite good. Char carvings are good because they're a collectible, turn-inable item of some sort. So they have a use, but none of this equipment is appropriate for me. How close do I have to be to shoot you? I'm not close enough. Alright, so I guess I have to, you know... I think I might need another target. Another target for the enemies to shoot at, that is. Alright, so this group patrols a little bit outwards, but how far? That far? I mean, okay. I hope I don't get those attentions. I did. Run! Abandon! Exit, pursued by HR. Or... if the fire imp dies, okay, we're fucked. Because the thing with the fire imp... Oh, Ben Wolfson leveled up. Wait, no he didn't. My pet did. Ah! The fire imp, if you can only summon one like once per area? I think... Oh, Ben Wolfson died. See, now we are in a deep pile of bad. Maybe. Yeah, if you get the attention of too many enemies at the same time, you're just gonna die. Oh wait, the fire imp disappeared from my list. I might still be good. Don't kill me, Pulse. Ah, poo. Well, it doesn't matter if you die in Pre-Searing. actually, because like pre-searing does not have the morale decrease. I wanted to see a thing. Huh. I see. I think when a pet hits level 10, they should evolve, but I don't know how to see which evolution it is. Because, like, depending on the ratio of damage they've taken to damage they have done, they can have a different form. Oh, it's at 11? Huh, alright. Well, I'll take that. I thought it was 10 and 15. Never mind. But I should be able to summon the imp again. You can only summon an imp every 10 minutes, and if there's not one present. I can shoot this guy, probably. The quest to save Ben Wolfson doesn't say I failed it because he died or anything, but he sure is dead. Rest in peace, Ben Wolfson. This group is... Thank you for the follow. This group is not related to that large group that I was trying to fight, but they are here. Well, okay. This is not going to work out either, is it? Well, I got one of them. Got a couple of them. Can't use that imp again for a while. Huh? Why are you igniting? Are you just trying to have that at all times, or? One interesting thing about ranged combat in this game is you can actually avoid the projectiles, although you have to find time to retaliate with your own, I suppose. I said avoid the projectiles, although they are setting their arrows on fire, so they have like a radius, I suppose? So I'm not really good at avoiding that, then. Ugh, excuse me. Stop having your stuff be on fire, though. These victory tokens, by the way, are part of events that are going on that I cannot actually do anything with in pre-searing, amusingly enough. But they're there. So let's see. I mean, they did drop some equipment, but... Oh, this one is probably good. Although it's not something that I can really use. It is... I guess that's purple? Is that purple? It looks somewhere between blue and purple. But it's not, it's there. Right then. So how do I deal with this group? Can I go around this way and snipe them from up here, maybe? It could very well be Blurple. We will have to do more research. Can I go around behind and pick off a different group? This is more interesting than I thought it would be, because, like, it's just doable enough. Yeah, I might be able to pick someone off from here, though I'd rather have my imp alive when I try. Let's take a look around and see what's this way instead. Because this stuff is much easier. These enemies in particular are too easy to give experience, but I'm going to shoot them anyway. What's over here? Up, more fun. Alright. This is why I can't use the imp again yet, by the way. Also, the imp is a bonus item that you can get for... I forget why I even am able to have it. But the imp doesn't work when you are at max level. So it's a tool for making this easier, basically. This is a scary place to fight in, because there's no cover. Not really, anyway. I can still give it a shot, I suppose. Though I give everything a shot, since I'm a ranger. Haha. Oh, that's getting awfully close there. Oh no. Come on. No, 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 no. Okay, that didn't work. My pet is out of range. That's good. That's not bad at all, right? I was almost able to kill that one. Oh no, is it pun time? It's always pun time, isn't it? What is the range of comfort animal? Oh. Here they come. Hey, I got one. Bye, suckers. And now my pet is not right next to all of the bad things. Captain Ruggiero urgently requests the help of capable heroes. A Chinese name that I thought I was done butchering Chinese when I stopped playing that bootleg Emerald ROM. But no. I think these shenanigans have probably negatively influenced my pet's upcoming evolutionary path. I was trying to get them on the end where they do more damage but have less health, but this might have tilted them back towards the have more health but do less damage part of the spectrum. Because they taken hits, to say the least. Imp time. Now the tables have turned, perhaps. I should kill this one first, if I can. There's a Mesmer. There we go. I can't really avoid these attacks because of the radius of the explosion. However, it's fine. Is there anything over here, or is this just a dead end? Well, there's additional char that way, however I get there. Okay, go around. By the way, you can like ping the map, and you can also draw on it. That would be more useful if I were in a multiplayer setting. I suppose I can also go that way. Can I? Yep, I can get just these two here. There's that blurple color again. So, gradually picking off more and more of that group. Although I did want to go this way. I will need to buy an identification kit. Okay, so what do we have over here? A shaman would be a healer. That's the important one. Although, it might be wiser to take out a different one first. Oh. Someone can knock me over. It's hard to tell which enemy types I should focus on. Because if I focus on the healer, they don't go down quickly enough to make that, like, I don't know. Things hurt if you're not killing them. My pet died, as an example. Oh, why are you targeting me? I'm not an imp. You can do it, imp. I believe in you, because the imp can heal itself, actually. There we go. Evidently, the Charp monk has something they can do to knock me over. So that's interesting. Anything else over here? Not really. Here's the corpse of my cat. Just fix that right up. Perhaps there's something in the distance over this way. Hmm? Ah, flower. I do need those. If I can get, what is it? Well, after this one, 18 more flowers, I can get marginally better headgear. Or a pouch to store equipment drops in. One of those two things. So, is there anything over here? I don't think so. Not in particular, at least. This over here, like over that way. This big old ruined structure is something you can get to from a different way, but it doesn't really have much in it. Oh yeah, I didn't open the hidden stash, which is probably going to have a bunch of hidden crap in it, and not anything that's hidden useful. Can I go this way? Nope, that is accessible from a different direction. You can't jump in this game, by the way, nor can you, like, Skyrim your way up cliffs. Also, this is some sort of char construction. A big artificial scary mantis creature, I suppose. Oh boy. Not very useful stuff. Oh, I missed a victory token. Right then, so I guess I should pick up that sword if I can, because it might have value. Although I'm not a sorter. And this carving also probably has value. Now then, the only things remaining are these char, I believe. Okay. Oh, this group has 2 healers. Well, I got one of them. But they're covering for each other fairly decently. Imp, no! Imp. Oh. Oh dear. See, I can avoid this Char Shaman's projectiles. Aha! Take that. My pet is within range, although they die immediately. Okay, actually they don't. Okay, actually they do. You just exploded my cat. Rude. In Guild Wars 2, when I played as a ranger, I had a pet bear named Henry with one character, and they had a tendency to be hit randomly by catapult fire. It was kind of hilarious, to be honest. I have not yet named this particular pet, but I can name them. Yeah, it's not even worth trying to avoid ignited arrows, is it? I mean, maybe you can ignore the initial attack. Like, this would be a... Oh. This would be a better bow if I didn't have this bow already that was like a bonus. Yeah, this is definitely purple, because this is what the blue looks like in this game. What can I get rid of? Nothing, really. Well, that bow isn't super exceptional, so it doesn't matter too much anyway. Oh, I got the attention of the boss. Red-Eye the Unholy. Eh? What's so unholy about you? All you do is necromancy stuff, and that's perfectly fine in this universe. Alright, 2 char carvings. Now I can just hang around on your giant death altar. And it's perfectly fine. I don't think there's anything left in this area. I think I wiped them all out. Although I can go pick up this garbage now. I probably could have done that way earlier, but I never did. Oh, right! Because I haven't actually been this way. Because all of those people were in the way. Gotcha. Aha, and there's more. I see. So I'm not yet done. So we have 3. Okay, so the Ashen Claws are also necromancers. I'm doing a lot better than I thought I would, overall. And we're getting close to level 11, sort of. Now, what's in this direction? What further adventures do we have in these lands? Oh, another flower. That's always nice. So, this area, keep in mind that this huge area that we've been exploring is just one section of a tutorial of one campaign that you can never return to. They put this much effort into a location that will go unseen by the majority of players. Because, like, most people have no reason to stick around in this tutorial long enough to even have a fighting chance against those Char. Unless you really want the special title for doing so. Granted, you do see like a variant of this area if you are a regular player, I think. That variant being the area after it has been completely destroyed, spoilers. But like, still. Most people never see this zone. But look how pretty it is, and how much effort there is in it. Please fight my imp. Or my cat. Either one is not me. Now there's still someone over here, I think. But I'll let my cat have a break first. Hmm? Is there not actually anyone here? I guess the imp got him. Alright, fair enough. I am okay with that. Is there something this way? Nope, this is actually an invisible wall. Fair enough. Did I actually pick up that other flower that I saw, or did I not quite go that way? Yeah, I picked it up. Alright. Anywhere else that I can go? I can probably go this way. What is over here? More char. I guess I killed all the char boss fights, probably. That's getting a little close. No. What are you doing? I'd be able to heal my pet for more, and they would do more damage if I had more points in Beast Mastery, by the way. But I don't, so... There's another purple item. So I should make room for that somewhere. Now have I wiped out every... Oh, there's still this. Which has nothing of value. I can walk around over here, but I don't think there's anything... I don't think there's anywhere else to go in this area. You can see on the mini-map my traveling that I did, I suppose. I don't think that leaving that person dead will help me actually complete the quest. So I might have to come back in here and respawn all the enemies, but escort that one NPC. Just because quest reward EXP is a good chunk. So it is worth doing. I don't need to fight all the char again. Not right now, at least. But just in case, having that NPC talked to and dead somewhere actually counts for some reason, as long as I exit through the gate properly. I'm gonna go do it just to see if it happens. It'd be kind of funny if that worked. This dead body is very shiny, and his rod is all spinny. Hooray! I'm holding down the highlighting things buttons just in case I see the corpse of the NPC somewhere. Because I wonder if it still counts. I wonder if he like fades out and resets his position maybe? I don't actually know how that works. It would be silly. In the case of this game, in order to highlight like all of everything, you have to hold down Control and Alt constantly. Because like, you can see things that are near you normally. Holding down Control, I think, shows you friendly stuff, and holding down Alt shows you enemies, but that also includes like things on the ground. Maybe I got those backwards. Because I don't think things on the ground are really enemies unless you consider littering to be a foe worthy of vanquishing. Which it probably is, but not in this context so much. So if I approach the gate after having allegedly rescued the NPC but leaving him dead, does it work? Probably not. Nope, he is still dead. That's fine, I'll be back. Fast travel. That person was named I am Helicopter Boy. Alright. People have interesting names sometimes. So let's see. I can sell that and that and none of this other stuff. Give me the identification kit with which to ID. Fiery Forked Sword of Warding. That's pretty good, but I mean, oh, I guess I unlock pieces of stuff. Reinforced Buckler. There was another thing. Oh, that marginally increased the value of some things. Sometimes when you ID stuff, it has like a property where it sells for more, but not in this case. So overall, well, I mean, you get a lot of uses out of any identification kit. But in this particular instance, I lost some money. Here's some dancing elementalists. Elementalists don't wear very much clothing in this game, by the way. So there's that. Unless you buy cash shop clothing for them, I suppose. I'm wearing a cash shop clothing right now, but I am a ranger and not an elementalist. Anyway, let's go do this quest proper, I suppose. Then I have some other shenanigans to attend to. Just in case my pet's ratio of everything is messed up, I might go kill some defenseless stuff with them. Although, thinking about it, do I really want my pet to have more damage, or would it be better for them to have more health? It's one or the other. You get a penalty in the other thing. I suppose at this moment, they're more useful for distracting enemies, but in the future, I will have other things to do that with. So damage is probably better. But then again, in the future, I can just it's much easier to get what I want in the future. By the way, this gate used to be go-throughable unless you had a person to open the gate for you, but they made the timing on it a little bit more lenient so that you can go here on your own, which is kind of funny. Also, I hope you like stock panther sound effects, because if you haven't noticed yet, that's the noise that my pet makes. So we should just be able to walk a pretty straight shot. Oh, there's a flower. Never mind. But yeah, if you're just in this area for that one quest, it's a pretty straight shot to the person you need to escort, rather than having to encounter any char at all. You can just go there. Although, if you take a wrong turn, you might wind up in the middle of a bunch of chars, so... It can be dangerous. Is it this way? Or is it that way? I think it's this way. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, I guess, is this bonus up here is just a thing I have because I have a quest that I'm not actually currently actively doing. But I guess it's a bonus that you get either way, so whatever. There he is. I mean, there are some char near him, but not, like, dangerously so. Unless you have the fire imp who just aggroes whatever it wants. Also, this circle around my character on the map is basically their aggro radius. It also counts as the radius that, I think it counts as the radius of anything within earshot, which is what some abilities work on. Some things work in the range of the whole compass. Some things just work. It can be somewhat complicated sometimes, actually. But yeah, now that we have this person in tow, and I've demonstrated that I can handle a char without using them as an additional source of power, I should probably just actually rescue them like I was supposed to do. I bet they could have gotten out of here on their own. Maybe. Hooray! I owe you my life, friend, he says. He was probably in more danger just by standing there, though. And now we are level 11. Which means... Well, I have to take a point out of one thing. But I can do that. So let's... I guess go here first. You can only take points out of things when you are in a outpost. So I can take a point out of, let's say, blood magic, and move marksmanship up to level 9. Which means that this bow here should do everything that it can do finally. Which is probably pretty good. Let's see. By the way, if you click on the pet, you have a little thing to command them, which I guess I've already shown. But there are some specific enemies in these areas, the aloe seeds over here, that don't fight back at all. and are level 0. So they're ideal to get your pet's like damage dealt to damage received ratio up. If these are even targetable ones. I guess they're not, because they're on a hill. But yeah, there's some over here. I think ideally you would move all your points into Beast Mastery for this purpose, and they would do even more damage that way. But it's probably not necessary. I'll just kill a couple of these things this way. Tweak the balance a little bit. Tip the scales, as it were. Oh, a flower. I'm gonna need a lot of these flowers. Maybe I should concentrate on getting flowers. That would be really entertaining to watch, by which I mean not. I'm sure there's like a farming route for them even. I sure as heck don't know what it is, so... Hey Rolf, I didn't know there was a merchant over here. Oh, another flower. I'm glad I approached Rolf. I didn't pick up anything else to sell, did I? All of these other things that I'm not selling, I did, have an actual purpose. Eventually. By eventually, I mean like real time eventually. Because there are scheduled events that sort of cycle through things. There is one man in a secret garden who wishes for certain collectible items each day. You can give him up to 25 at a time, or in a day, rather. And the collectible items can be most of these things. Flowers, lodestones, more lodestones, seeds, fins, carapaces, belts, skeleton arms, necklaces, spider legs, char carvings. I think char carvings are the one he's going to ask for next. Baked husks, not honeycombs. Honeycombs are a reward from him. But they give you a morale boost, so I'm not just going to stuff all of them in my face, because that's actually a valuable thing, I think. I don't know exactly what morale boosts do. I guess they're like a percentage increase to your stats. Because you get a morale penalty if you die after pre-searing. It's called a death penalty. And that, you work it off by killing things again, but they do explain that the death penalty decreases your stats. So I'd assume that the morale boost increases them. Right then. All these dies, though, I don't really necessarily have any reason to keep, I suppose. That is a bright pink mesmer outfit you have there. And a cape with some flaming skulls on it. That's very metal. I have a guild cape, but I can't actually show it off in this armor for some reason. Because if I turn it on, you can see it here in the menu, but you can't see it on the character model. So I guess if I take this off, this is what I would look like if I didn't buy any cash shop equipment. This cape is for Chompy's guild that I'm in, which is mostly just us and like one of her older friends that she played this game with. And a couple other people. Ark's in there, I think. Mike's in there. I think there's a guild button somewhere. Oop. Guild. It's G. Wow, okay. So the guild is named Phrase That's Missing the Last. And then the guild abbreviation here is Word. So like if you were to highlight my character as someone else, like this person, Lieutenant Desarwat, who's in Denog, You would see word next to my name here. Chompy is a silly person, and that is why that's the name. What does Alliance Faction 1 mean? This is our status message. I don't know why. Yep, anyways. Agent, or Aspect of Mystery. Fancy, fancy. Now that I'm done getting distracted by other things. Just kidding, I'm never done with that. Let's go to the catacombs. The catacombs are a very large, varied, winding, maze-like hellscape explorable area. And I have some sort of Garbo quest in here that I'm supposed to be solving. That's why I have this Vanguard bonus. This quest is from yesterday. So if I complete it, I should have a separate one available, but I believe it is also in the catacombs. The ideal way to grind with these is to not complete the quest and just fight the enemies that the quest generates. Like the regular enemies everywhere in Pre-Searing at this point, except for those Char that I was fighting, are not powerful enough to give me any experience points, but enemies from this quest sometimes are. Like, there's these level 1 Restless Corpses. These are normally here. However, there are also other higher level enemies that have been added into this area as a result of having that quest active. If I can remember like, where I'm even supposed to go. Because, like, I guess this way might work. Because you can't really see it. Like, if I enlarge this, I don't know how much of this is actually the catacombs, but it's pretty much all of this. And, it's hard to navigate. The objective of this quest can be in a lot of different places. So I'll probably get lost or killed or both. And that'll be fun for everybody. Also, there's a chance that my fire imp might get stuck trying to attack something like that's through a wall and deprive me of like my most important party member and make me have to reset the area and all the monsters in it. That happened last time. Okay, so there's level 3 and level 1 people. This is poison death water that you have to walk through. So that's fun, I guess. I'm doing quite a bit of damage now, though. So that's probably good. Actually, okay, yeah, I have 0 unused points. Poison death water. There's high-level monsters in the poison death water. Like, not that one. For some reason, the imp is immune to it, because you can see the imp is not poisoned. So that's convenient. Bones are a crafting material that I don't want to fill my inventory with right now. Still level 1. My pet will probably die of poison at some point. And normally you have outside of battle regeneration, but I'm just trying to like keep my regeneration up by using things that I'd normally only really need in a battle. There's a skeletal limb. That is what Nicholas Sanford was collecting today. I don't know why he wants 25 skeletal arms, but I suppose he does. That's his business. And my reward was like a whole ton of alcohol that I instantly drank to get progress on the drinking too much alcohol title. This game is strange in some ways. There don't seem to be any particularly powerful enemies over in this area right now. Which is weird, because I thought they just spread the quest enemies all over the map. And I definitely fought some over here before. Oh well, I guess we don't have to fight anything super dangerous in the Death Water. I probably shouldn't complain. What else is there? I can go this way. No, actually, that's where I came from. I think that's the only way I can go here. Most of the stuff is this way somewhere. Again, reminder that this incredibly large and varied area is something that you lose access to, and most people probably won't explore the entirety of. So again, it's a lot of effort for like a starter area. Is this the part where spiders appear? Well, there's a devourer. There is a top enemy. Undead, illusionists, and some of the restless corpses are the ones that are the higher level. I don't know if that means we're getting closer to where we're supposed to be. Because, like, I couldn't find the thing I was supposed to find last time. There's more over here. Can I shoot this one from here? Do I have that range? No, I mean I can walk around down that way, I suppose. But I can also go this way. Oh boy. Now, these enemies, the level 8 Restless Corpses, are warriors, and the Undead Illusionists are mesmers. So they're both dangerous in their own right. Like, well, the mesmers do that to my health. And the warriors start doing frenzy, and like I get slow, and I get beat up, and that's not good. Go imp, go! Suddenly these are more dangerous than all the char combined somehow. So that's cool. The only other thing I can do to get health back is to sacrifice health to get more health regen. So the illusionists are probably the priority target then. Because that's scary. I think the imp is probably immune to bleeding though, which makes the warriors less scary if the imp is not stuck on a wall. Because those warriors do a thing where they can like hit you with one attack that causes you to bleed, and then hit you with another attack that if you're bleeding inflicts deep wound. And what deep wound does is cut off a portion of your max health. You get the health back when the status effect runs out, yeah, but still. Alright, there's a lot of ways you can go. I don't really like the catacombs too much. I'd much rather have a Vanguard quest in a different area. But it is at least interesting to look at. I'm bothering to take out all of these lower level enemies because they will attack me anyway. And also because they can drop some things that are fairly useful. Or at least they will be. If I don't stay in Pre-Searing for like a full rotation of the giving that guy some stuff, I'll at least be able to sell them for a decent amount of money to NPC vendors. I could be picking up the random equipment drops for even more tiny amounts of money, but my inventory is mostly full of the materials and like dyes and stuff at this point. There's no storage in pre-searing either. There's no transferring items to other characters. It's, as like a area, it's mostly cut off from the rest of the game in every way, which makes it interesting, but also a little bit annoying. If you collect 50 of those flowers, you can exchange it for a piece of headgear, like I said, but you can also exchange it for another inventory, like pouch that only holds equipment, basically. This is a room that is important for a quest at some point that I've already done. If you go into it, there's crypt fiends. They're an enemy, I guess. No big deal. I believe this is also a possible location of the obnoxious nobleman I'm supposed to be finding. But it would seem that he is not here today. Also, sometimes there are just enemy corpses lying around in the catacombs for no reason. I do have a necromancer thing that allows me to turn a corpse into a minion, but I don't have any points in death magic, so it's not good. I only have that on my bar because of the limited amount of options that I have, and also because there's some specific areas in the catacombs where you need to use that to trigger a trap instead of walking into it yourself. Because if you walk into it yourself, you take like 200 something damage. It doesn't one-shot me anymore, but it is a little bit painful to take that much damage. Another thing that's kind of interesting that you're not seeing because I've only been using one kind of bow is that there's different kinds of bows for rangers, and they have like different arrow speeds and like projectile arcs and stuff. The skill that I have, Read the Wind, does make my arrows move faster and fly in a straighter path, I think. But like, it also makes them do more damage. But really the only bow I have the option of using is a flat bow, I believe. Yes? Yeah. There's like flat bows, short bows, recurve bows, other bows. There's a lot of bows. It would probably be beneficial to use the setting my arrows on fire preparation instead of Read the Wind here, because I think all of these guys are probably weak to fire. There's a lot of fire weak enemies in pre-searing. I guess they all went away after the searing because, well, they got seared, but fire weakness was important for a while because I had to grind on ice elementals. Also, the fire imp does fire, so don't need to worry about it too much. I don't know if the guy can be over here, but I'm going over here anyway, because I might as well, right? Oh right, I forgot about you. You're like a boss enemy that's in here, I guess? Like, yeah, I got a morale boost. Oh yeah, that's right, morale boosts. Might as well eat these honeycombs. Me love honeycomb. I can't go this way. It's too steep, but there's this room down here is a place where the person I'm looking for can be, I believe. And even though this passage on the map is like right next to where I am, it's accessed in a completely different way. Like up through here, I believe. The catacombs are a complex place. I wonder if putting all of this effort into Guild Wars 1 is going to make me ever want to try Guild Wars 2 again, because I think Guild Wars 1 is a better game. Guild Wars 2 has a lot of different problems that I don't particularly like. Mostly I feel like the skills sort of blend together. Like there's not... Oh, there's a level 8 guy. There's not a significant amount of difference in the skills. Like I played as a Necromancer in Guild Wars 2, and their thing was mostly doing conditions, which is what the game calls status effects. Except, like, conditions didn't feel like they had any strategic value. They were just like, you should probably apply these, but you didn't have to, like, put them in a certain order or think about what you were doing. You just had to throw all of them at the guys all the time. Oh, there he is, Duke Gavin. Duke Gaben. Gabin? Whatever. Um, so, like, especially in big open world, like, boss fight events or something, at some point in Guild Wars 2, there was like a cap to how many of one condition could be on one enemy, which meant that in like big open events, when you were having like 30, 40 players fight a boss enemy for a while, um, well, Necromancer was kind of redundant because like all of the things were already... Oh no, don't kill him immediately. Uh, If... Okay, he's healing himself, I think. Alright, but so in big open events, Necromancer was kind of redundant because you couldn't really do much, you couldn't make much of an impact by applying your pile of status effects on top of everyone else's pile of status effects. It didn't make a difference. I don't know how they changed that. I think they did at some point. But it just felt underwhelming and not useful. And then if you ever tried to do the dungeon content, because like most of the game you could do on your own, but dungeons were like a team thing, and for one, I didn't have a lot of people who wanted to do dungeons. And for two, like the time I tried dungeons in Guild Wars 2, they were not well designed, I would say, or at least not fun from my perspective. The enemies all had a ton of health and did a ton of damage. Basically, it was like every regular encounter in a dungeon was a boss fight, and every boss fight in the dungeon was like a bonus boss, I guess. It felt very excessive. If I remember right, there's no real reason to do the dungeons other than like to get different looking armor. Because after a certain point in Guild Wars 2, all of the armor sort of had the same strength and just different appearances and bonuses on it. That happens in this game as well, which is probably why they do it. But, yeah. You could have, like, I believe the skill bar in Guild Wars 2 was like 10 things? There's like 5 weapon skills. There was a healing skill, there was an elite skill, and then there were 3 or so other skills you could pick based on your class. There's also like, you could also have 2 different weapons equipped and swap between them, so I guess you technically had 15, but most of the skills just ran together. Like the Necromancer staff skills were all circle area of effects that you targeted on the ground, except for like one. And they all had different status effects. Like there was a chill one, there was a disease one, probably, like a poison, a cripple, um, all of those things. But, like, none of those conditions really meant anything. It gets to the point where there are some skills in Guild Wars 2 where the skill description just says they apply conditions. I mean, it's because they apply several conditions, sure, but they don't like specify which conditions it is because it doesn't matter. In Guild Wars 2, you just need to have more conditions on the enemy and less conditions on you. So when you complete one of these daily quests, you get 1,000 gold, by the way. Or not 1,000 gold, 1,000 experience. You get 50 gold, which is not a lot. This person is dancing. This quest wants me to go back into the catacombs again. I'd rather not, but I don't really have anything else to do. So, the other thing in Guild Wars 2, conditions had an opposite. That is, there were buffs and also debuffs. And the opposite of a condition is a boon. And boons basically mattered about as much as conditions on an individual basis. You just wanted to have all the boons on you and all the conditions on the enemy. And it did not matter if you had a specific boon or a specific condition. You just wanted to have all of them. It, I, I don't think it was very good, basically. So I don't know how this quest works. Find and kill the undead necromancers inside the catacombs. Undead necromancy sounds a little redundant, doesn't it? Do you like resurrect yourself? Re-resurrect your friends? You've been playing for 2 hours. This game tells you for how long you have been playing, by the way. I've been streaming for almost 2 hours, but not quite. There's a map on the Guild Wars wiki. The Guild Wars wiki for the first game, by the way, is very good. Yeah, not all necromancers are undead, but the game says they are undead necromancers, and they certainly are. And like the quest acceptance message was, I do not fear them, they will die again. Also, the audio is gone right now because the window's not in focus. I apologize for that. I am just doing something. So let's see. There's a map on the Guild Wars wiki for where I should go. And I'm going the wrong way, so let's turn around. It looks like you can sort of circle around the entire sort of section of the catacombs without having to backtrack for the most part, which is interesting. But we'll see if it works. So I want to go around this building and further along. Also, you can't find any of those flowers that I want in the catacombs for probably obvious reasons, by the way. So, over here, instead of just undead, we have gargoyles. Oh, okay. Here's an undead necromancer. Oh, I see. They're killing the other enemies and animating them. Huh. That could be dangerous. Gargoyle skulls, in my experience, are one of the harder components or trade items to get enemies to drop for you. Oh, this is not going to be good. Look at all his minions. Actually, look at his minions. Because the way Necromancer minions work is they have steadily decreasing HP, and they fall apart after, like, boop, goodbye. I don't think, yeah, they don't leave any corpses. So, oh, I guess they're attacking. Necromancers need corpses to exploit in order to raise dead in this game. So that's why he has to kill the other enemies to get to them. Okay, there are restless corpses here too. And now I am deeply wounded. That's not good. I'll see you later. Go imp, go. So necromancers need corpses to exploit, which is what it's called, in order to raise the dead. And I guess he'll probably raise his own allies as bone horrors if he's allowed to do that. But necromancer minions, bone horrors in this case, have a steadily degenerating amount of health. They survive longer if you have more ranks in death magic. But in this case, oh, there's another restless corpse over here. In this case, they were about level 6, so he probably has a decent chunk of death magic as an enemy, which would make sense. But basically, what I can infer from that encounter is that these undead necromancers will be killing other enemies around them and raising them. And that means if I can wait it out for a bit, they won't have minions because their minions will just die. Because they aren't raising the minions only when they're in the presence of, like, only when they're in, okay, they aren't waiting until combat, is what I'm trying to say. So that should make it easier, I suppose. I believe this is the right way to go. This quest seems to follow a more set... Oh, there's still undead illusionists, alright. This quest seems to follow a more set pattern for where things are. Because instead of rescuing a guy, it's killing specific enemies. So this one is probably better for farming than like a rescue mission would be. So I suppose when I finish this, I have the option of either turning it in or abandoning it, and then like doing it over to get more grindy. But I might just want to do it, because if I just do it, I will still be able to fight the Char, but also like I'll get 1,000 experience. I probably don't intend to spend the whole day nonstop playing this and grinding, so I don't need to optimize my setup for doing so. I need 6,177 more experience to the next level. Anyway, speaking of Guild Wars 2 again for a minute, accomplishing things in Guild Wars 1, such as the title Legendary Defender of Ascalon that I'm going for, does carry over some benefits to Guild Wars 2 in the, oh, I forget what it's called. Hall of Monuments, I believe. Now, I've had Guild Wars 1 for a while, I just never really got anywhere in it, so I don't have anything in that Hall of Monuments where I could play Guild Wars 2 again. But it is there. Also, Guild Wars 2 has like two... No, I think it has 3 expansion packs now. Maybe it's just 2? There's Heart of Thorns and Path of Fire or something like that. Okay, there's a level 8 over there. Yeah, I thought so. Whoa. Okay, so gargoyles. Mini gargoyle. I don't really know what the expansions to Guild Wars 2 did, other than like adding story stuff. Another thing about Guild Wars 2 that's terrible, in my opinion, is like some of the writing in the original campaign. There's this character named Traherne. The game emphasizes at the start that this is your story, as it says, as if it was Final Fantasy X or something. But Traherne sort of hijacks it and makes it his story, even though the game is insisting that it's not. Thankfully, at some point in the writing, I believe they fixed this by killing him. Like, actually, they made him get possessed, and then they had the player kill him, probably because nobody liked him. So, here's that. I don't know if the story's any better these days, but you'd have to get through that part of it to get to the new stuff. Also, sorry to anyone, if anyone in the chat likes Guild Wars 2 and I'm just sitting over here complaining about it, I apologize. Because, I mean, I just, there's stuff I don't like about it, but I'm sure there's good stuff about it somewhere. I'm probably just a big grump. Um, Chatter gargoyles. There's no reason to go over here and kill these, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Oh, there's a gargoyle skull, that's a reason enough. And 6 gold and 7 gold. That's 13 gold. I can do basic math if I try. Also, this is like a cool looking area. Like, look at this weird, like, spider web grating, and there's like pillars under it. There's this whole big, sort of like, well, I guess this is where all the restless undead came from, because all the coffins are open and empty, but this big sort of like mass grave site with like ivy and stuff growing on it. There's these like statues here and giant pillars everywhere. Again, these catacombs are an area that most people probably won't see all of. So a lot of things like this room are probably not going to be noticed. Period. I think you might have to go in there if you play as a necromancer to complete all the tutorial stuff for necromancy, but you can even skip that. You don't have to do it. Oh, and that reminds me, yeah, I know not all necromancers are undead. I'm part necromancer. I'm a ranger slash necromancer right now. Alright, so that's Was that 2 undead illusionists? Yep, we still have 4. They're not illusionists. Yeah. Um, that was 2 out of 6 undead necromancers is what I was looking for. Over here is the gargoyle farming zone, as you can see. It's right next to an exit, so if you want to farm gargoyles, you can just exit and re-enter repeatedly. Also, there's a collector of gargoyle skulls over here, which is how you get one of the pieces of armor for some classes in Pre-Searing. I don't actually know for sure how valuable collectors are post-Pre-Searing, because a lot of the armor you can get is just like plain craftable at that point. Also, post-Pre-Searing is probably a silly, redundant sentence, or phrase, rather. But yeah, there's collectors scattered throughout the game that want these pieces of enemies. It's not just that one person who has a cycling list. And, well, like this person, I guess. They want 5 gargoyle skulls, and they will give boots, but I already have those, so I don't need to. How many gargoyle skulls have I? 9. I suppose the ideal amount of any given thing would be over 25, because of how many that one person wants. There should be another... Wait, what's this? Tome Nightmare. Oh yeah, that's like a... That's a boss of one of the necromancer things, I guess. Can I just hit them from here? That'd be funny. Bye, sucker. There should be another... If I am looking at this map correctly, there should be another thing over here somewhere. Yeah, I mean, it's... I don't want a bone. It's perfectly reasonable to peddle your, your boots in the depths of evil catacombs full of undead and gargoyles. I mean, the gargoyles don't aggro anyone, so it's totally fine. Are there any of these level 8? Because the map thing I'm looking at says that there should be another guy around here. But I don't see anything. Oh well. I will shoot all of these any dang way. Hello, by the way. There's not really, other than gathering more skeletal limbs and victory tokens, there's not really a reason to fight these guys, other than the fact that they will fight me themselves if I don't target them. I don't need to go around the top of this room. By the way, in early versions of this game, the only way to actually get to level 20 in this pre-searing setting was to do something called death leveling, These quests didn't exist, so what you had to do is get yourself killed by an enemy repeatedly to level the enemy up to the point where they would give you experience if you killed them. And then you'd have to do that for every single enemy, as far as I know. It would take months to get to level 20 by doing that if you were dedicated to it. So it probably wasn't the best idea, which is why they added a different way of doing things. Oh, there's a level 8. Just kind of there. Does that mean that... I guess there is one. I hope I don't end up missing one enemy and then not being able to figure out where they are. Maybe I should go around the whole room just to check. Because maybe they have slightly varying positions. It's a shame that all of these enemies attack you. It's a little bit of an annoyance. I mean, I guess you are kind of like probably trespassing on their undead territory or whatever. But, like, it makes it not too quick to check the whole room. Oh, there he is. It's good I did that. Let's see. Now, let's hope I don't pull everything. I pulled a lot of things. No. A lot of the things I pulled, though, are probably low level. There we go. There shouldn't be another one in this room. Okay, so that point on the map just means that there is something in this general circle, usually. But now I should go down this way. Past Oberon the Reviled, a necromancer tutorial person. He's a jolly fellow. There's a bunch of stuff over there, but I shouldn't need to go that way. Oh. Oh, here's where the imp gets stuck. Because the imp thinks you have to kill everything over there. Okay, I guess I will go that way. Just to get the imp out of the dang wall. Also, there's spiders. You can't, like, de-summon the imp or anything. And the imp doesn't, like, eventually stop that and try to, like, go to you. That is not how the imp functions. So I have to, like, manually de-stick the imp, I suppose. You'll hear him shrieking over there for a while until I do. That's alright, I had to go close to that anyway. Might as well. You never know when you'll need about 20 more bone arms. As you do. Hopefully, nothing in this hallway is higher level. Yes, a desummon is impossible. You are correct. Unfortunately. I'm just waiting to find that pun opportunity somewhere. So I believe the fire imp is trying to shoot this thing currently. Well, probably something similar to it. Actually, no, they'd be further over here. In any case, might as well kill everything again. I don't know if the fire imp will manage to path back to me once I kill these things, or if I'll have to go retrieve him. Yeah, you can hear him yelling at the wall. You can see his little healing numbers over there, too. Oh, the enemies are trying to shoot at the imp as well. So it's at least a two-sided goofy interaction like that. You can see the imp on the map here. I don't need to go all the way down that hallway. Okay, he's still trying to shoot something, so never mind. Glittering dust is another crafting material. I don't need every skeletal limb. Alright. You satisfied, Fire Imp? Well, you're not moving, and there's nothing in your range. So I think you should start following me again if I get close to you. Hopefully. If I were to click the summoning stone again, it would just give me that message, by the way. There's already an ally from a summoning present in this instance. This is one reason I think I would prefer... Yep, he's following. This is a reason I think I will prefer a mission that's not in the catacombs. A more wide open area means that the imp can't get stuck. And the imp is pretty important, because you have a very limited amount of party members in Pre-Searing. I mean, even if you play with another player, you can only have a party size of 2 players. Then you can have a pet, or 2, and then you can have a summon. I don't think both players can summon the Fire Imp. But the Fire Imp's like a weird bonus item that I have for some reason that I don't remember. So I think it's probably feasible that not everyone would even have a Fire Imp or access to a Fire Imp. You have to type a /bonus command to get it, which also gives you a whole bunch of other weapons, one of which I'm using. Okay, so here is one of the other necromancers in this area that we saw previously. By the way, I believe there are mechanics in the game for like height-based advantages with arrows. I don't know the details. I think you deal more damage, or you have a higher crit rate, or more range, or something like that. But I definitely didn't have to walk as far to hit that guy as I did other things. There's... wait. The, oh, I guess they got the Undead Illusionist. I didn't even see anyone attacking them. Alright. I had a Hex on me. There's 2 left. One should be over this way somewhere in Spider Town. Also, it's rather charitable of the game to describe, like, an enemy casually moving out of the way of your arrow as a dodge, rather than just, like, you missed, which is probably more accurate. Is this the correct... yeah, this is right. I'm still going the right way. I hope I can get out of Pre-Searing before the victory token event is no longer relevant. I mean, it'll roll around again if I continue to play this game for long enough, but considering I've not actually managed to stick to this game for very long in general, I don't know if that'll happen. Snapping Devourer. Oh, that's just a regular enemy. Okay. I think this is the wrong way. I think I was supposed to turn upwards earlier. Catacombs are difficult to navigate. Can I do that? Is there a path here? Let me see. Because there's like... oh, no. I'm misinterpreting the map. I was going the right way, I think. Because I have extra, like, lines over here for when I had to save the imp from distraction. So compared to the lines on the map I'm referencing, I was mistaken where a particular thing was. Oh, I didn't want to pick that up, but I'll do it anyway. So somewhere this way, there should be another one. Hopefully. I'm not seeing them. Oh, there's one, but that might be a different one than the one I'm looking for. Or maybe not? I don't know. 2 remain. We will see. So welcome back to the Poison Deathwater Zone. Everyone's favorite. There is in fact something over here, somewhere. Remember when I said I'd have to fight enemies in the Death Water? And then I was wrong? I think I might have been... I might be correct this time. A little bit late on being correct there, but... it could be the case. Like, these guys don't really count. They're level 1. They are not the dangerous ones. Yep, there's definitely an enemy of a significant margin over there. Which means this could be bad. Although, actually... okay, they are in the Death Water. Oh dear. Well... it seems that as though they can target me through the wall for some reason, so... and my pet's dead. But again, the imp is immune to poison for some reason. So... imp strats. I don't think I'll be able to revive my pets safely when they're there. So is there anything this way? Because the map I'm following suggests that whatever enemy... well, it suggests that there's more stuff like over here. Not that I really know how to get down that way. Should there be somewhere I can go from this room? Because I do not see a path. I see an enemy marker. I'm probably missing something obvious at this point. Like, it's not exactly safe to look around, but... hello! What were you not expecting to see, Guild Wars? Pre-Searing? Now, let's see. I don't know where the last one that I'm missing is located. We will have to try and find them. Oh. My pet's over there. Poor thing. I don't think I can save it from the poison that easily. Here's a bunch of corpses. That's a good start. How do I get down here? Yep, Ranger and Necromancer, at least right now. Since the options are a bit more limited in Pre-Searing, and I really like this one particular Necromancer healing spell, Blood Renewal, which I haven't really been using too much. Okay, here's level 8 stuff. No, focus on the imp. Look at the imp. Look at the imp. Thank you. Maybe there's something this way. I don't think the map suggests that there would be, but I don't know. I'm running out of options. Catacombs are a large place. Oh, well, what do you know? There is one over here. Oh, hello. The map that I'm referencing is not 100% in that case. Okay, so... how do I approach this one? Probably in that way. Alright, now the imp. Look at the imp. I'm not an imp. Go away. And with that, are any of these level 8? These are all level 1. That means I have completed the Vanguard quest. Now I could like abandon it and do all that again to get more experience, but I don't really want to stick around in the catacombs too much, really. So, in that case, da, da, da. What is my experience like? 5,185 to 12. And now I won't be able to get another quest from them until tomorrow, so the only thing I can really do at this point in Pre-Searing, other than like advancing away from it, would be, well, one, I didn't ever do this quest for some reason, so I don't have Resurrection Signet. And, well, the only other thing I can do is go back to the Northlands and fight Char again, which I did a while ago. And I guess we can check and see if I'm much better equipped for that. Oh yeah, there were a bunch of catacombs in Guild Wars 2 as well, weren't there? I guess so. And they weren't that large. I don't know, it's just a thing. Tacos are pretty good. I recommend eating them. I'll just go for a little bit longer. I want to see if having all of this marksmanship lets me take down Char any better than I was able to before. Oh, they're the same ones? Just crumblier and more ghost? Okay. You missed me complaining about why I don't really like Guild Wars 2, by the way. Ah, gotta move. Okay. Honestly, I wish Guild Wars 2 was more like this one. Right then. Just a little bit more Char, and we'll see how that goes. I wish I could see how my pet experience levels are doing. It's alright to like Guild Wars 2. I just have a lot of complaints about it. I liked it for a long time, but when I got to the end game, I found myself enjoying it less. And of course, that was before either of the expansions as well, so... I'm pretty sure the music that's playing right now is probably in Guild Wars 2 somewhere. Because they reused a lot of the Guild Wars 1 music. Although a lot of the music by this composer sounds pretty similar. It's also in the Elder Scrolls games, so there were so many times playing one of the Guild Wars is either of them really, where I was like, wasn't this song in Skyrim? Maybe? Alright. So patrols. Oh, I don't want to attack them when they're all clumped up like that. Come over here. Where are you going? You go a long ways over that way. Alright, so... Char are scary. But the imp is really good, so it sort of evens out. Sort of. Why are these enemies still so much harder than everything else? Alright, Fire Imp, you can do it. Maybe. Well, the Fire Imp did something. And the Fire Imp is dead. You can't summon another Fire Imp again for a long time, so that's not good. I need the Fire Imp, basically, to fight these. With any, like, reasonable effectiveness, at least. I guess you can't target a dead Fire Imp either. Those things don't give me experience anymore, but they might give some to my pet at least. Like, yeah, that's the error message. Alright. So, char are still painful, basically. That's what we learned today. I wiped them all out earlier, but it was difficult. And the imp was alive for longer. Um, 4 of them is probably not super wise to engage with. But wisdom is boring, so... They have a necromancer somewhere. Hey, my pet leveled up. Good thing they're distracted by the Grawl over there for some reason. That makes this significantly easier. Alright, so... Playful Stalker, that's an unfortunate name. Playful means that my pet has taken more damage than they have dealt, and thus they are on the path to an evolution, or rather they've already got an evolution, where they have more HP, but they deal less damage. This is probably for the best, given what I'm using them for at this point. That said, their title changing to Playful Stalkers, not so good. Because they were Melandru's stalker. Because they're like a panther, and Melandru's like the nature goddess, basically. So I can name them something. Oh, right. I forgot that the log out button is the same as the Steam screenshot button. And also, I forgot that that's a really loud sound effect. So let's see. What's a good name for a pet? I'll think of one later. Sorry for destroying your ears, by the way. That's the second time I've done that, at least. Char... difficult, but doable, I suppose. Now that my pet is tankier than before, I suppose that's probably a good thing. But anyway, I think that's probably enough for today. I don't know if how often I'll stream this. It was pretty chill, and I'll probably be doing this for a while. But, like... Oh, I should show one thing first. I'll probably be playing this for a while, but I don't want it to be too repetitive and redundant. I could have done worse. I could have streamed me trying to find red iris flowers. That would have been worse. But before I go, I've already turned stuff in today to this NPC, but it's a cool place, so I just want to look at it again. I'm gonna get attacked by like 15,000 monsters here. They're all very loud. I'm gonna attempt to ignore them. I guess they worked. But if you go over here, over this river, and through the woods, you don't find grandmother's house. But there's like a secret area back here called The Secret Garden, and it's pretty. And I want to look at it again. This game is rather nice looking, I'll say, even though it's an older one. And over here, there's a person who wants different things depending on the day. And also Professor Yackington. And on that note, I will see everyone next time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the follows today. Thank you for the chatting along. Next time I stream, I don't know. Maybe more of this. Maybe some more crystal. Maybe I'll think of something else. See you later.